And here goes absolutely nothing. All right, so as it stands, what's going on, silencers? You'll have to forgive me. Like I posted earlier, my computer decided to go tits up, and so I had to completely reinstall the operating system and every program that I use. And that took from basically an hour before I posted until I'm not done. So bear with me. This is going to be a slightly different stream than I've done. I need to catch up a lot on a bunch of comments, so I'm going to use this stream as a kind of middle ground for future. Yeah, I did go live just a little bit early. I'm really bad with waiting. I have the patience of my son when it comes to all of his Fortnite V-Bucks and all that shit. So here we are. But don't worry. We're not going to lose. I know, and Darius. I know that Vintage Story came out today, the 1.20 stable release. I have been watching it like a hawk. I am so excited to jump back in and play it. However, I do want to make sure that the mods that I am comfortable with and the quality that I'm used to in the game is up to date as well. So, yes, we will be jumping back into Vintage Story very soon. So this stream is going to serve as I'm going to answer the comments that you see that way behind me. And just kind of, I don't know, shoot the shit however you want to skin a cat. We'll just go that way. So let's see. First things first. As far as goals for the channel, I haven't done my. It's the new year. Here, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Yes. Yeah, we'll talk more about Vintage Story here in just a second. You'll have to forgive me. I am still kind of sick from God, 2 weeks ago at this point. So and also forgive me. My camera is right there, and my display showing what I'm streaming is right there, and then my stream is pulled up over here. So I'm kind of all back and forth. But I figure you should probably be able to see my pretty face while we go through this. Now, one thing that I don't do well is I don't sit quietly. I do like to have things in my hands. So I will be fidgeting constantly, and that's just, me doing my thing. But we will go through the comments that have been put on videos up to 6 months ago. Jesus, I used to be so much better at this, and then I just got lazy, I guess. I don't know. I read every single comment, and I feel bad that I haven't replied to all of them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to reply to all of the comments up to this point that I didn't. I could probably scale up the face cam and play solitaire secretly. Oh, I guess I could. How's that? I don't know why you want to zoom in on any of this, but I don't want to play solitaire or anything like that. What in the Sam Hill? It's one of those trucks. It's got the train horn outside. Sorry, I'm scattered tonight. So we'll start with comments and whatever comments come in. This is, of course, an open Q&A stream as well, but I do want to get through the comments. And I'm going to put the link to this stream as a reply to all of the comments that I didn't already reply to, or that need a reply. Some of them don't, because some of them are just people laughing with me and at me. But we'll go from there. All right, so KC Creations says on my Season 1, Episode 11 Medieval Dynasty, I've been watching these. They're great. I just found your channel. Or, oh, you should so do the Medieval Dynasty Oxbow because it has multiplayer, and then your wife could join. OT would be awesome to watch. OT? I don't know what OT stands for, but hey, Far Stepper, welcome. We're just going through the comments on my videos from 6 months ago, what I haven't answered. So, all right, Casey. So I much appreciate you joining me. I know you've been subscribed for a while. We actually have talked quite a bit. And I do kind of want to do the Oxbow multiplayer. Obviously, at the time that you commented this, you didn't realize that I was divorced. But that's okay. I did a very good job of hiding that. That being said, if I get to a place where I can do something like that, I absolutely will. Casey, once again, on Season 2, Episode 8, Medieval Dynasty, said that story cracked me up. I love a lot of your stories. They are great. Well, I'm very glad that I can entertain. That's kind of why I do all of this. I wanted to, focus on the mental health side of things. But a recent revelation, if you will, has kind of changed the way I'm approaching that. That being said, there are many, many stories, and I swear to God, if I'm saying that it happened to me, it happened to me, because nobody believes me sometimes. But I digress. Casey Creations said on Season 3, Part 2 of Medieval Dynasty, did you know we're getting bridges next week? Also traveling bards and other stuff. I have been following the updates on Medieval Dynasty. I have autism. I'm level 1 care need autistic, which basically used to be level 1 autistic. Hey, I'm glad I can give a moment of bliss and laughter. If nothing else, you can laugh at me being an absolute idiot in whatever game it is. But yeah, so I have been following Medieval Dynasty. It's just that every once in a while I get so with autistic people we have the ability to hyperfocus, but it's slightly different than just being able to buckle down like an allistic person would do. That's a person without autism. And it's even different than somebody with ADHD. The great part is that when we are laser focused, we are very accurate, very laser focused, very concise, very deliberate, all that stuff. The bad part is it leads to an autistic form of burnout. A lot of people have heard that, they work too hard for too many months in a row and all of a sudden they just, they need to go on holiday or something like that. As a result of, granted, I'm not a great YouTuber now, but I was much worse back then. I played something like 190 something hours of Medieval Dynasty to make the 3 seasons and change that I did. And I kind of got burned out. I still love the game. It's just I can't bring myself to go back and play it just yet. So yeah, we will definitely get back into Medieval Dynasty, but I do enjoy. I'm glad, hell, you binge watched like every episode in like 4 days, so I much appreciate it. You also, Casey, also said on the Heir is Born episode, Season 2, Episode 10, the girlful is a filly, not a finny. Yes, I did mispronounce it. And you said, love your videos, currently binge watching. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Far Stepper. I don't discount the success that I've had. I have 3,119 subscribers right now, I think. I can't actually pull it up without getting off this screen. I can, but I'm not going to. I am not discounting the success that I've had. I'm just saying I'm still learning. If that's ever not the case, if I'm not learning, I'm dead. That's the 2 states that I can be in. I love to learn. I love to get better. And And so I'm just also aware that I'm not as great a YouTuber as some out there. And yes, they say comparison is the thief of joy. However, comparison does give you sort of motivation and goals. And for the love of God, I'm not trying to be Mr. Beast or anything. God forbid. But I'm always striving for better and greater. Casey, you said in season 2, episode 13 of Medieval Dynasty, the Oxbow version of the chickens are best for feathers and geese are the best for egg production. Yes, there was an update shortly after we did the Alwyn storyline in Medieval Dynasty that actually changed originally what they were better for. Because at the time, the geese were better for feathers. And chickens did much better at eggs. However, I think both base game and Oxbow versions have been swapped, which is kind of true to real life. I raised geese for a long time, and they laid more consistently regardless of what was going on. If the chickens got too stressed, they got all plugged up. Made for some interesting shaped eggs and some double yolkers and things like that. But yeah, so there's that. Oh, damn straight, mate. That's been a gripe of mine since I started playing the houses. Oh, the houses would look amazing if we could do stuff like that. Houses are amazing. Well done. From down under Australia. Casey, you said that. Yeah, so Casey is talking about how we can't, how I was bitching about not getting, not being able to adjust the house layouts in Medieval Dynasty. And so, yeah, so Casey was just empathizing with my bitchery. And Farstepper, you said comparison is also a realistic outlook to help keep us grounded. Yep. No, Riska, you really didn't miss anything. I'm kind of muddling through. And I'm a little scatterbrained right now, so I'm just trying to keep it going. Then we have, looks like For Cassandra. For Cassandra, Generation Zero Part 4 quoted me saying, "That sounds like a you problem, dude." That's great. Also quoting on Icarus Part 2, apparently I can. Holy crap. I really need to go back and watch little blips. I really wish it would, like, capture the part that people are commenting on, because I never shut the fuck up. So, like, I say a lot of stuff. In 40 minutes, I can cover 90 minutes of material because I don't shut up. But anyway, Forkashander also said, off to a rocky start in Oddsparks Part 4. Back to the demented little stumps. Yeah, I did like that. And then Forkashandra gave me the googly eyes at the Grounded Remix Part 1. And Riska said, "Oh wait, it started a bit early." Farstepper, right, that sucked. Riska, yo. Farstepper, well, there is your glorious beard missing. Even a second of it is a shame. I guess that's how, I guess that's on the people to put timestamps. Yeah, but I don't want to, like, I don't want to force it. I just want, like, if somebody comments while they're watching a video, typically I would think that YouTube should be able to timestamp their comment so that, like, if I say, apparently I can, holy crap, and somebody goes, haha, that's funny as shit, I'm going to comment right now. Like, it would timestamp not only that they wrote it, 6 months ago, but 6 months ago at the 17-minute, 14-second mark, kind of thing. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, that'd be kind of cool. That was me joking about HK-47, one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Dude, HK-47 is probably one of my favorite characters from the old Knights of the Old Republic. Like, just, he was in both of them, if I recall correctly. And I just love how the entire time you're talking to him, he goes, what does he say? He goes, yes, a pathetic meat sack like you. or, you know, whatever it is. I hope my voice is sounding all right. I had to reset up fucking everything on my computer. Like, every voice, every layout, every recording, every filter, everything. So, yeah. But in doing so, I found out that all of the programs I had been using, OBS, VoiceMod, all of those, have had huge updates, and I missed all of them, apparently. So, yeah, there's that. It was Meatbag Master. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad it sounds smooth as silk. And then I hope you never actually wear silk, because then you'll know what that really means, and you'll be like, why the hell do I listen to this guy? Matei, my beloved Matei, who's been following me for God knows how long, says in regards to Remix 2 Part 1 of Grounded, the boss gets harder with more players, right? Question mark. Funny that you have ants of different species running around with you, and that you can come near their queens with no problem. Those who say war is a human invention are wrong. Insects war all the time between different hives and species, and ants have had a world-spanning war for a few hundred years between a few species at once. The fact that humans spread them by transporting wood and produce did not help. Next time, when a game master asks, "Are you sure?" and you see tech with "Do not touch," I recommend backing off until you have no other options available. That's fair. No, I totally poked the bear on that one. Don't do what on my... Oh. Yeah, I'm not... no. Matei says on Icarus Part 2, great to see this game again. Not much to comment on here as you were just starting, but given the fireplace and doors, I wonder if there's a stove or fireplace that can be built. So Matei is wonderfully pragmatic, and it seriously bothers him when I build fireplaces on wooden or thatch foundations. I totally understand that. So hello, Verdania Man. No, you're totally fine, First Step. We're keeping it family friendly. That's totally fine. So yeah, that's what he's referring to there. Matei says again about Generation Zero. Glad to see this game back since I am playing solo. ... This is a co-op with Persistent World. Be still my beating heart. Yes. So Generation Zero is a co-op. I think you can have 4 people play at a time, if I recall correctly. And it is a persistent world. Like, the enemies, once you've damaged an enemy, it is damaged. They don't get repaired. They don't respawn. So if you need to go in and clear out an area, you clear out the area. The enemies are gone unless a patrol comes through. But even then, the patrol won't stop in the area and, you know, bolster the numbers, things like that. Why can't you respond to radio? The characters respond as if you did. I do not think having a few voice lines for the main character would be a problem. I think I had the same complaint in a previous video. Fairly sure these machines were stored in shelters before they were activated. Must have been a massacre when the civilians evacuated there. You're going through dozens of machines with like a knife through butter, and Military Combat Squad had problems with 5. At least games like Crysis explain the discrepancy with Nanosuit wearing Special Force soldiers being the protagonist. Are you an infiltrator machine like the character from Terminator Salvation? How do you steal health from a robot when you shoot it? Normally, I would chuck this up to game mechanic nonsense, but this game went out of its way to explain things like missing NPCs into the narrative, so it really stands out when suddenly you get magic abilities. That is... yeah. For Donnie Man, Matei is badass. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Matei is awesome and a little eccentric, but that's why we get along so well. He's been a subscriber for a long time, patron for almost the entire time. Like, absolutely wonderful. And so, yeah, I honestly don't have an answer for you. I have been trying to get back into Generation Zero to do videos and stuff. I find it incredibly boring. Just because, well, first off, it's set in the 80s, so the style is just ugly to me. I know, that's horrible to say. I'm 32 years old, but I cannot get behind the crap clothes and stuff. And the game was focused around being kind of 80s fashion. Obviously, it happens in the 80s, but 80s fashion, and so that's a little bit of a turnoff to me. And the world is all right, but at the same time, it feels like for the amount of damage and destruction that you see around you, there is a hell of a lot of missing robots. And that just, I don't know. It feels like the game's almost too easy. And I know I say that having died a couple of times on stream and dozens more off, but I would expect a robot massacre to have more robots. KC Creation says in the Rest in Peace, My Friend Medieval Dynasty episode, oh man, that was bloody office. I love the Smeagol Golem, and you did it to perfection. Yeah, I've been able to do that for as long as I can remember. I can do the golem, my precious. And, you know, I'll Stitch. You know, they're not too dissimilar and things like that. Like, I've always been able to do that for as long as I can remember, but I'm glad you enjoyed, Casey. Hello Lady 922 said on Season 1, Episode 13 of Medieval Dynasty, yeah, show me the ATM uprising. We never did get to revisit back your shenanigans on multiplayer Medieval Dynasty. No, we didn't. Like I said, I just kind of got burned out on it, so I'm waiting for that motivation to come back, because it's not just as simple as I'm going to play it until I like it, because you'll hear it in my voice that I'm just annoyed, or you know, my soul's not in it, and I'm not here to pad my channel. I'm here to make my channel as genuine as possible. So Hello Lady 922 said, I just discovered Medieval Dynasty a few weeks ago because of the new Oxbow update, and I've been watching some YouTube playthroughs. Then I came across your channel. I love watching you play this series. Even though I'm a year late, I'm so entertained. I'm enjoying hearing your stories and all the little interesting ad-libs about your life. I'm going to keep watching, and I can't wait to see how the game ends. I'm from Joburg, South Africa, by the way. If only the Medieval Dynasty devs didn't hate mods. Yeah, they definitely, like, locked down their game. I could see, I don't know. I like the game as much as it is, but I also kind of wish that it was a little more voxel based, so that you could mutably change the landscape and stuff. So it has its downsides and its upsides and blah blah blah. What is your soul in the furtive pygmy then? Maybe. Playing Dark Souls. I heard that, and that is one of the hardest things about being a content creator. Oh, getting burned out? Yeah. Absolutely. So welcome, Hello Lady. I usually welcome every new subscriber that comes in, and I've just done a shit job, so I do much apologize for that. But I'm glad you enjoy my stories. I have more to share. I've kind of fallen off of my OG bandwagon. So I'll get back to it. I will do better. As Kratos says, do not be sorry. Be better. Right? So I will be better. Helga the backer says, in the Icarus Part 2, I want a window here and here, then proceeds to block the window with storage crates. Facepalm. This is great, although I think the last horse creature you killed had a baby, so that was a bit sad. Yes. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. In Icarus, I'm totally a douche nozzle. Like, I will kill adult animals left and right, and I'll leave their babies because they don't really give a lot of meat and stuff until you get that one skill, the skinning babies skill. Wow, that doesn't make this any better. Never mind, I'm a monster. But I'm amazingly self-aware. So Um, and then on Going Medieval Dynasty Co-op update first look, I think that was Farstepper and I were taking a look at that, and Helga said loved rewatching this stream. I can't even get burned out because I just don't even manage to get started. That's totally fair, Verdania, man. Finding that motivation and finding something that you absolutely love and can really get into is hard. Yeah, go right ahead, Farstepper. You want to do a quick plug before you have to go? Absolutely. Right ahead. I will, I'll even wait. I'll just pause right here. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. So, I will say, so we were playing Lord of the Rings: Mines of Moria 2 weeks ago, I think. Great game, love it. But Silencers, I have been doing a trailer for an NSFW game called Come Home. Okay, I think that's a visual novel, if I'm not mistaken. I've made so many first time streams, and then never did it again for like months after that. So yeah, I'm totally not reliable to continue. Adult visual novel. Okay, so Come Home is an adult visual novel. It is actually spelled the way he put it, Riska. Not what you're thinking. But I don't remember what I was saying. Nope. Got nothing. Anyway. Okay. It's funny that you say that, Riska, because literally the song that went through my mind was Unholy by Sam Smith and whoever the hell it was. But that came on, I was doing my Apple Music, and I just flipped it over to Stuff You Might Like. And it was going through, and that song came on, and I'm in the middle of Weldon, and I'm like, you know, dancing as well as a white boy can. And the swimming pool of shame. Yeah. Anyway, I'll go back to comments. Jesus. Going media. So did I. Control Silent. Loved it. Oh, and to be a bit more specific about the gold ring, it's in the ruins on the right hand side after you're leaving Piastova, heading towards the swamp. Oh, so KC Creations actually commented a couple of times on the Co-op Dynasty one, so I'll just go over all of those. And yes, I sure am a subscriber. Love your channel. Thank you very much. And I meant to say, if you're chasing work, don't go to New Zealand. The pay is shit. They all come to Australia to work because the pay is better. Supermassive for this for the sub. Thanks heaps. Oh, that's right. And I actually subbed to Casey as well. She does a lot of thanks, Cass, love, and friends, forever yours. Are you are you just going to bed or something, Stepper? KC Creations does a lot of needlework, sewing and things like that, if I'm not mistaken. So you should check out her channel. Obviously, she's Casey, Kilo, Charlie, Creations with a K. The fishing shack won't fit there. May have tried to put it there, but the lake over towards the southeast, I think. Okay. Meaning love and friend. I hope are always yours. Nope. Gonna do some work on the trailer. Oh, okay. All right. Well, then, thank you very much for stopping by, Farstepper. And hell, I might still be doing this when you finish. I don't know. And then Casey says, the red bits are off limit sections. You can't build or cut trees or mine rocks in them areas. Yeah, so with the Medieval Dynasty stuff, like, a lot of people have been really just throwing good ideas here and there, and I appreciate every single one of them, Casey, so thank you. Cube Inspector says, on my farming tutorial, oh Jesus, my farming tutorial was 2 years old, 3 years old, almost. I'm new to this game. It helped a lot, and it was better than others I've watched, well, I much appreciate the comment. Thank you very much. Jet Kuroi says, sounds like a British accent to me on my lazy Sunday first dwarf stream. Yeah, the voice acting in games is starting to get to me. A little bit at a time, so. Karen Hodges says, new gamer, new sub. Love your channel. I know I'm really late, but thank you for sharing, and I really enjoy the narrations on my Season 1, Episode 3 of Medieval Dynasty. I appreciate it, Karen. I hope I can continue to do that. I do enjoy reading, and I've been told that I've got the voice to read a story. But yeah, I will do. I will keep going. I much appreciate the subscribe. Thank you. Downstairs says, my favorite drink is called agua de horchata. Really good. On Season 1, Episode 4 of Medieval Dynasty. I like horchata. I like boozy horchata too, but yeah, it's really good. I would take sorry. For Cassandra says, I would love to explore that palace on my Enshrouded Hollow Halls Part 1. I would love to explore that palace IRL minus the ow, 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 ow. Yeah, that was when I was falling on the green glowy poisony stuff. Yes, Riska. Wholesome comments, absolutely. And then Jet Kuroi says things get even more fun in the latter Hollow Halls. Now I know Jet Kuroi is listening to the stream, but I'm not going to make the connection between at usernames and whatever they've been changed to and stuff. I don't feel that's okay. Verdani Man says it. That's him, Jet Kuroi. Anyway, Jet Kuroi, Verdani Man also says in my Logic Escape stream, dash equals 1, dot equals 0, maybe. I also think the word is supposed to be a 3-letter word put together, X one word, Y another, and put those other two. Oh, so this was a solution to the massive headache that Logic Escape ended up being, and yeah, that was just, and I wind up being wrong anyway. Yeah, don't even worry about it. Like, I suck at logic puzzles. Like, they fascinate me, but the fact that you guys were watching me go through that was just felt so bad for you guys, but I do appreciate you watching. For Cassandra says, on my Let's Minesweeper video, which, in case you missed that video, that stream, it's a Minesweeper game, a multiplayer Minesweeper game, which means you're playing Minesweeper, the classic game, with a shit ton of other people all over the world. I scrolled out, moved my character way the fuck away from everybody else, zoomed in, and the first square I hit is a bomb. That takes some talent. I resemble that remark. And so she's giving me shit. The first one, the very first one, boom, 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 laughy, laughy face. Yeah. And then in that video, I also did a, yeah, it was quite impressive. I was pissed. In that video, I also took a look at Sailblazers, and For Cassandra says, please tell me I'm not the only one who sees that alien-infested ship from the first Alien movie in the distance on the island. In the background, there's some pretty sketchy-looking shit in that game, but the game is still heavily in development, so we might revisit it, but it's actually quite slow. Like, there's an adventure aspect, but most of it is you're running a store. Like it's a storefront, but it's 3D and it's weird. It's kind of weird, but I really like the game personally. It's had some pretty major updates recently. We might return to it later. The next for Cassandra listen to a lot of videos. We did the Doors puzzle game where we were disassembling the different doors, opening the doors, going through them into different realities. The one where we were going after the cats. She says, I love these puzzle game type concepts. And then the Witch's Redemption and Stray Path video. She gave me the googly eyes. Googly eyes. I guess I should look at the camera when I give the googly eyes. Otherwise, I'm just kind of stupidly looking off in this direction. And then For Cassandra says, based on X4 Foundations, great. Now I want to watch Babylon 5 again. Yeah, Babylon 5. I love Babylon 5. One of my favorite sci-fi series ever. If you ever get the chance and you can understand that it's, yeah, those googly eyes, Riska. If you ever get the chance to watch Babylon 5, take it with a grain of salt. That it was amazing when it came out, and it still holds up pretty well. Like the special effects are better than the original Star Wars, but they're, you know, nothing compared to some of the great ones of today. But yeah, so I totally understand. Casey Creation says, "G'day, mate. I've missed your streams, but are you okay? You sound a bit down." That was a chill stream for Icarus. Well, obviously I'm still here. I don't know if that necessarily means I'm okay, and being a man saying I'm all right doesn't mean shit. So I'm alive. That's all I got there. Alita had been in a lot of my streams for Vintage Story and said the crafting in this is just next level and then some. You weren't kidding around. It is very cool though. Or maybe just insanity. I can't decide yet. I wouldn't mind seeing this every so often as a live stream. I'm curious about the monsters. Absolutely, Riska. We all have our days. Hey, Alita. Welcome. I was wondering if you were ever going to show up. Although I totally understand. The last, I don't know, 3 dozen streams I've have had 2 lurkers pretty consistently. And so I figured it was either... well, it was either somebody I knew or somebody I didn't know. And seeing as that encompasses 7 billion plus people, I'm not wrong. Welcome, Alita. So yeah, Alita said in regards to Vintage Story, the crafting is next level. It's absolutely amazing. Oh, you're making sure I'm behaving. I much appreciate it, Alita. Otherwise, I might go buck wild. You never know. Take my shirt off, dance in the streets naked. You never know. You don't know. And nobody wants to see that. Please, no comments. Anyway. Yeah, we will jump back into Vintage Story fairly soon. They just released the 1.20 stable. So that's the official release, 1.20. Donnie, man, you smart ass. Comments. And Riska, well... Trust me. Yeah. I guess if you want to see a white elephant, but Jesus. Like, I'm a fat ass. You only see from here up. You don't see the rest of my round character. But I will say, I'm significantly lighter than I was a few years ago. Tony Kaku. Yeah, so we will be... albinos are majestic creatures. I am not albino, thank you very much. I am a pasty-faced peckerwood. Anyway, we will be jumping back into Vintage Story as soon as some of the major QOL mods update. Absolutely, we will be jumping back into it, so stay tuned. 303 Image said on my mental health awareness dissociation podcast, I'll be back again. I haven't done the depression podcast, so I should probably do that. 303 then commented on what role does music play in your life? My Radio Silence podcast. Oh, okay. I have a lot of ambitions. I feel bad about my podcast, but I have a lot of ambitions, and then my interest drops off, or I end up finding out that my co-host was a douchewad and all that stuff. So anyway, 303 says Warp Factor 9, 5 Days in the Photon Belt. The whole freaking album is the soundtrack to their life. Haven't listened to it yet, but I'm gonna now. Verdani Man says we can save him. We have the technologies from an old TV show called The $6 Million Man. In Vintage Story Stream 3, I had made the comment and said I have no fucking idea where that comes from. So thank you very much for giving me that information. Gregory House 7817 on my farming tutorial says dropping stuff into the compost makes it rot too. You don't need to be laying it on the barn floor. When I released the farming tutorial originally, there wasn't a compost bin, and the farming shed was not a thing. So like immediately upon me releasing this and a bunch of people going, "This is great," RenderCube goes, "Fuck you," and they released a brand new update that completely invalidated like half of what I told you. That being said, I love RenderCube. They're doing a great job. And pretty much that's how I talk with, all one friend I have. Yeah. Thank you for the update, but that is actually new information that wouldn't have been accurate if my video was. So you're right. Dropping stuff into the compost does make it rot. And so do that. And Darius commented on my post says tomorrow's stream is canceled due to a conflict that arose. I'm fine with Vintage Story still, and if you have any of the following, I would be up for it. Carrion Scorn, Nioh 1 and 2, Metro Exodus, or Last Light, or 2033. Dark Souls 1 or 3. Everybody hates 2 for some reason. Green Hell, Raft, Grounded, Sunless Sea, Far Cry Primal, Styx, Shards of Darkness, Witcher 3, Anno 1800, Deep Rock Galactic, The Hunter, Call of the Wild. So it's very funny that you put that list together. I don't have a lot of those games, but I feel like some of the games on that list are kind of obscure, and I do have them. So I was like, my Steam library is completely public. You can see absolutely everything that I have if you're on the Steam website. But like some of those are kind of, I feel, obscure. Dark Souls 2 lore makes no sense and is more of a standalone. Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah. Compost bins do have a bit of a limit on them too. You're right. But if you're not, if you aren't me and don't go into the game files to edit the fact that you're only supposed to be able to have, I think it's like 60 buildings total. If you aren't me and edit that to be 500 buildings total, 50 kilograms of fertilizer should be enough. Maybe. Just a little bit. Yeah, but when I dig into the game files and I set my build limit to 10,000 times what it's supposed to be, and I have 400 villagers, and in order to feed that many people, I need like 60 fields. Like, yeah, it's fucky. To be fair, I am a Souls-like and survival junkie. And Darius, there's nothing wrong with that. I actually just recently got into Souls-likes. Honestly, my first whole playthrough of a Souls-like was Elden Ring. I have Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. I have the game. I've made it about halfway through it, and it's just dragging on. There's something about it I haven't quite figured out. So it's just kind of dragging on. But I went through Elden Ring. I played through it the first time, and I was like, man, this game was great. I'm never going to play it again. So 9 times later playing through it, I was like, wow, this is great. I can't wait until the DLC comes out. and I haven't gotten the DLC yet. So, Tonikaku. So Sekiro is basically the one Souls-like that is the opposite of the rest. How so? Oh, hello, Ariska. Hold, please. Hold, please. I don't even fucking know how to accept friend requests on. There we go. On Steam. I usually like go direct through things, but anyway, we friends. We friends now. All right. You're meant to always be mobile and constantly using your arrays of tools and stuff. Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah. Senpai noticed me. Oh my god. You know, I've had a beautiful Japanese woman call me that. And I just couldn't take it seriously. I almost lost my shit. Sekiro consistently looks like a game I'd love to play, even though I generally don't care to even try Dark Souls, Elden Ring games. See, I got Elden Ring because I didn't believe it was as hard as everybody made it out to be. And not to toot my own horn, but it fit my playstyle perfectly. And other than getting my ass handed to me by the first giant enemy a bunch of times, I got to the point where parrying and dodging and like it fits my fighting style. So anyway, I like that. Nioh is on my list. It is on my list. I'm just waiting for it to go on sale. I refuse to pay AAA prices for almost any game. Even Elden Ring, I caught it on a 50% sale. So, maybe, yeah, we could do an Elden Ring playthrough. I'm on Journey 10 right now with my main character, but I'd happily start over. Nioh's pretty good. Ghosts of Tsushima? That one's supposed to be pretty good too. That's the new one that just came out, right? Anyway, I digress. Verdania Man said, you missed me playing Hollow Cure live. Yes, but I only did one stream on it. I would happily go back and do it again. You said the concept of the game is fans turning bad, so yes, all mobs are fans of the talents. All the items are references to the talents. Okay. It's just a world it's a IRL existence I don't know. So, yeah. The game is based off of Vampire Survivors. That makes sense. Riska, thanks for the feel well wish. Sorry I couldn't make it. I'm only feeling better now. Watching the stream now to catch up. Riska, I swear to God, I could put out anything and it seems like you'll watch it, and I do much appreciate it. But yeah, that was 2 months ago when you were like wicked sick. So I'm glad you're still alive. And then let's see, just stream the Game Boy. Oh, the first God of War stream that I did, Riska, you said had to come back and watch the stream I missed. And Darius said in my post for Turkey weekend, fair enough, enjoy the holidays, because I said I wasn't going to be in town. Blah blah. And then Riska, you said in my Factorio stream, quick updates and plans, that you got the power back on, and you hope I get better. Yeah, I've been sick a few times this year. It doesn't really knock me on my ass, but I still feel like shit the entire time. So anyway, thank you for the well wishes. And then Riska, you also commented on my Turkey weekend. Completely fair. Enjoy your time. I will say this, traveling to my grandmother's house, I don't sleep very well because I sleep with a CPAP machine. So, you know, I put on my fighter pilot gas mask and yeah, so I don't sleep very well to begin with, and she doesn't have very good like airflow in her home because my grandfather built their house 47 years ago, and with his own two hands, and his brother helped with the foundation and basement, and then my grandfather built the entire rest of the thing pretty much by himself. did all the wiring, did everything, and didn't owe a single penny when he was done. That was definitely something. Anyway, so it doesn't have a lot of airflow. It doesn't actually have central heating or air conditioning. So it's a little stuffy, and I don't sleep very well to begin with. So going home is very much for what I can do rather than the rest I can get. Cobalt Dale Gaming says more plans and ideas and an update on the Mega Base. My Factorio video. I love watching you play this game. Would most definitely want an in-depth tutorial series. I'm very interested in this game. I am not opposed to a tutorial on Factorio, but that one also kind of fell off my radar. And for the record, since my computer went tits up this morning, I only have like 5 games installed so far, and that's not among them right now. So I probably lost a lot of ground on some of the games that we were playing. I'll figure out the extent of the damage later. Still not quite sure what happened. There was a Windows update 2 days ago, and today I decided to restart my computer after having booted it up this morning. Wouldn't start up. Just wouldn't. I went in, I pulled through the file system, I ran through the BIOS, like I tweaked things that I knew how to tweak. I fucked with things I probably shouldn't have fucked with. And nothing fixed it. So I was just like, you know what? It's about time for me to do a fresh install of Windows anyway. So I did a fresh install from the ground up. Kept some of my files, but I have multiple hard drives in my computer, so it was only gonna fix or fuck with my C drive. But I don't have a lot of the games installed right now. And then Cobalt Dale says, have a blessed and bountiful harvest holiday. Will be waiting for your return in regards to my turkey weekend comment. Much appreciate the patience. Forbidden 6543 says, question, are the GPT AIs free or subscriptions? I'm looking for an easy AI adventure. In regards to my AI adventure video, so you do have to pay for tokens in the game. However, the key that I was granted came with like 3 billion tokens, so I could really dive into it. I don't know how much they are, and I'm pretty sure if you add your own AI to any of the games that I've done that have been AI like story generators, you're just going to have to kind of deal with it. You're gonna have to have your own subscription or something. I'm sorry. I haven't come across a good AI game that is completely free. If it has some kind of chat or built-in interaction, like actual as tangible AI as we have currently, it's going to cost something. Some games, and it wasn't, I don't think it was AI Adventure. It was, I don't know. It was one of the ones I was playing, and I was fucking around with the AI really hard, and then they killed me. That one only costs if you have images generated. Otherwise, the main underlying GPT is free. And you can pick from the different ones. You can have the sexy one, you can have the adventurous one, you can have the tragic one. Like you can pick through a couple of different GPTs, but it only costs tokens if you generate images, and you can turn that function off. So if you are okay not reading a picture book, you have that option. I hope that answers your question. Farstepper says, you have an awesome beard, man. We need more streams and series of Palia. Palia is probably my new favorite game and obsession. I absolutely love it. It is free to play. It is worth it in every way, shape, or form. It's got a little bit of everything for everybody, and if you are patient and whatnot, you can do just about anything with it. I have a friendship link on my Discord for anybody who wants to play. It is free. It is absolutely free. You do not have to spend a single penny on it. I did buy a cosmetic pack about $40 worth of cosmetics because the game has been so amazing. It's been the slice of life kind of simulator MMO that I've wanted. So if you enjoy that kind of game like Stardew Valley, think Stardew Valley and Pal World and Pokemon kind of had a baby. No combat except for hunting. You can dwing 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 dwing. And then there's like a Pokemon-esque mini game for catching bugs. You have a bug collectors guild. You have a furniture maker guild for decorating your home. A fishing guild for fishing, which the fishing is kind of strange in it, but I really like it. It's actually my highest skill in the game right now. Tales of the Shire. I get the feeling it'd be kind of like Palia to a degree. I hope so. I hope so. I'm also kind of hoping that they focus on the what do you call it? When Frodo and Sam left the Shire, the hobbits actually they fought. They fought against the orcs for a time. They went to war almost immediately, and the Shire was more or less abandoned for a little while. I'm kind of hoping that they'll pull in those story elements, and you'll actually learn that the Tooks, the Peregrine Took, and whatnot. Oh, it's a fourth age. Well, even then, like the fourth age wasn't completely peaceful. Oh, post Sharky. Okay. Still, it'd be kind of cool. I mean, there's not supposed to be any orcs left after the third age. The ending of the third age was supposed to be the beginning of the age of men in the fourth age. So the dwarves and the halflings were kind of petering out or disappearing into their respective homes, their respective realms, and the orcs were supposed to be, for the most part, gone. But there definitely could have been survivors. Especially when we see games like Return to Moria, where they have orcs and goblins. They're not really goblins. They call them goblins in Lord of the Rings, but they're orcs by the time the Fellowship comes through. The goblins are almost completely wiped out when the 7 dragons were slain by the dwarves. Smaug being the last dragon that none of them could kill. For the most part, the goblins were gone. So, yes, they are synonymous. However, there was a distinction at one point. The orcs kind of took over, and people think the little orcs are goblins and the big orcs are, orcs, and then the massive orcs are Uruk-hai. But they're completely different. The Uruk-hai are corrupted elves. The orcs are supposed to be even older corrupted elves, and the goblins were meant to be like this kind of subspecies midget orc, and they lived far to the north with the great worms, the dragons. But a little bit. The Uruk-hai are half elf. Oh, I think I knew that. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Saruman the White. Yeah. Okay. So, love Palia. You guys should really consider playing it. Join my community, and I'll party up with you and, walk you through all of the nerd details I know about it. I have caught every fish. I have caught every bug. I just need a couple more of the star quality bugs to complete my home collection. My house is fucking ridiculous because I got locked in. And anyway, you should join because it's super fun. 4 people can party up at a time, but your community can be as big as you want. I currently have 4 people in my community. I think it's me, Bumblehorse, Verdania Man, and Farstepper. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, it's super fun. It's an MMO, but it's a single player MMO. So like your progress is entirely tied to you, and it's all instanced. So if you go up and mine a copper node and break it, you get to pick up the ore. And if your pals were close enough, they get to pick up the ore too, or they can mine it themselves. And that node exists independently in both of your worlds. But you both see it together while you're adventuring around. Anyway, I digress. If I could talk about this particular game for fucking ever. Absolutely love Paleo. Plus, it's fun to romance the characters because some of them just get like dipshit kind of Twitter pated, and it's fun as hell to see. Anyway, Riska says, I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, me too. Yes, Alita, it is more single player than MMO. It's MMO in as much as you can like adventure together. You can go grinding for materials. You can go hunting. You can cook together. Cooking is a big thing in the game. You get parties of 25 people together and you all cook. Because if you all touch the recipe at a certain point, you all get a portion of it. At 3 portions, actually, if you do it right. So like in order to fill up your food reserves real quick, do this huge cooking party. It's like Cooking Mama, that Nintendo video game where it's a rhythm based, but it's super fun. I think, in my personal, humble, probably wrong opinion, I think it's very fun. And if you do end up joining, shoot me a message on Discord, or join through my link on Discord in the general chat section, and then I get a cosmetic for my house. But it's super fun. Anyway, let's see. Farstepper says, I love how you play just like a normal gamer and not give a shit and just having fun. Well, that's all I am. I'm a normal gamer. I mean, you could argue that I'm professional, but I don't make enough money. I think my last YouTube paycheck was like 5 months ago. You have to make $100 total before YouTube will pay you. So I think my last paycheck was like 5 months ago for that. And then I do have my patrons, which I do much appreciate each and every one of them. In fact, I have a couple watching right now. But so I'm semi-professional, I guess you could say. I don't pay any of my bills or anything. In fact, every $1 that I make on the YouTube channel goes right back into the channel. I get services, or actually, I really haven't gotten too many services. I did pay for a bot to go in the Discord just to help out a little bit, because I need the help, and the moderator that I had turned out to be semi-unreliable, and then left, so I don't have a moderator anymore. So I got a bot for the channel, Tony Kaku, which, by the way, if you guys don't remember, I speak Japanese fluently. Tony Kaku means anyways, or moving forward. I'm not just finding a way to say cock constantly on stream. Anyway, Tony Kaku. So yeah, Farstepper. I'm just a normal dude. There is nothing special or out there about me, except for the fact that I have no problem saying whatever the fuck needs to be said. And Darius says on my boring stream comment, you could have said doing a chat stream or state of the channel stream. LOL. Yes, I could have. I didn't think of that, and it was too late to change it, and it was funny. So yeah, this is the boring stream. And then when I hadn't even started streaming yet, and Darius is already yelling at me for calling it boring again. So sorry. Anyway, Riska, the one and only, says vertical cast. Ooh. Hope the issue gets fixed. Yeah. The yeah. Well, I my computer's fucking working now, sort of. If it doesn't, I'll go after it with with a sharp object. I keep sharp objects nearby. But yeah. And then let's see. And Darius says about my live update that, shit went sideways. I know the feeling. My alarm clock broke last night and I work for the next 4 days. I get you, man. Like, nothing worse than that. Everybody pulling a Caprio and pointing at the screen. Oh. Wait. It's, my big ass coffee mug. My ex-wife got me a coffee maker for Christmas, and I've been making coffee 60 ounces at a time. Never mind. Hold on. It's 96 ounces at a time, and I've been pretty much drinking it 96 ounces at a time. Yeah, I have a serious problem. And if I have a heart attack, we know what happened. But yes, 96 ounces of coffee at a time. And I mean, this thing is, I think this thing only holds 60? No. Yeah, this holds like 60 ounces. And so I'll fill it up twice, and little bit of cream. Not any sugar if I can help it. But oh yeah, no, don't worry. Don't worry. I realize I'm going to die of a caffeine overdose at some point, but no, it's not. It's Black Rifle. What the fuck do you call it? Black Rifle Tactisquatch. That's the blend I currently have. And then I also have their Deep Dark one, or Dark Tactical, or whatever. I have Tactisquatch, and I just finished the green bag, whatever the hell that one is. But anyway, that is all of the comments. 10 grams of caffeine is the LD50 dose. How the hell don't I know what that means? Hold, please. Hold. Lethal dose. Ah, got it. Well, I mean, I drink. So, on that same note, LD50, lethal dose 50. Oh, okay. So 10 grams of caffeine is the LD50 dose. 96 ounces of coffee has 1.09 grams. So so what that puts it at the LD 5 dose, I guess. 5% chance to just die outright. Honestly, if I knew it could happen with coffee, I'd have drank coffee for a hell of a lot longer than I have. I do refresh. So as far as like, I drink a shit ton of coffee. Typically about 96 ounces in a sitting. But a sitting is several hours for me. But my ex-wife also got me a big-ass water bottle. And by big-ass, I mean it's 101 ounces. And I drain that thing 3 or 4 times a day. So I think my kidneys are all right, but I'm not entirely certain. Um. Anyway, welcome, Donald. Sorry, I didn't realize somebody else was saying was commenting. But yeah, that was all of the comments that I had. And how the fuck long have I been doing this? An hour and 10 minutes. Jesus. I'm sorry. I don't have really any games installed right now, seeing as I had that clusterfuck happen with my PC. So what did I reinstall anyway? Where'd my Steam go? There it is. Well, I do have. No, they're working overtime if they are. Oh, my kidneys? Yeah. If my kidneys make it the next 12 years, I'll be shocked. And the funny thing is I don't drink that much. I mean, as far as like liquor goes, I haven't had a drink in over a month and a half. No, I take that back. I've had 2 shots of whiskey in the last 2 weeks. Cough syrup. Better than cough syrup. But like for the most part, I am fairly healthy. I mean, my body, specifically my ass, doesn't say I am, but I am fairly healthy. I don't really have any games installed right now that would be any fun to watch or stream. But I will get some more installed. Getting a bottle of Lemnis wine probably made it for the lack of drinking. Yeah, but that was like 3 months ago. And in all fairness, it took me 3 chugs. I didn't down it. I had to swallow at least once. Return to Moria is only like 15 gigs. Yes, it is. I will start that installing. I'm probably not going to stream any other games this evening. However, I was planning on being able to stream tomorrow and tomorrow evening. Do we want to do Return to Moria tomorrow evening? Or I have 4 potentials for first look. Now, 2 of those are potential series. I have 2 first looks to do that would be appropriate for stream. I also have 1 first look that, God forbid, I can never, ever stream because I'm not quite sure when the tiggle bitties are going to end up on the screen. So I will do a video of that one. But I have Revenge of the Mage and Aloft. Those both, Aloft just came out, the official release, so I do have that one. Yes, Hunkers. The game is called Welcome to a Sexy Open World. At this point, yeah, I might see. The thing is, I don't know if it counts because this is through a website called Keymailer. Keymailer is a creator access point where a shit ton of devs go and post, we want people to play our game. We want people with 10,000 subscribers, please. We want people who are willing to do a 5-key giveaway, that kind of stuff. So you have to like fulfill the requirements. In the case of Keymailer, it's all based on what you promise you'll do when you accept the key. And I was going through, I did like 12 keys that day. And I accidentally just hit 100% on all of them. I've done all of them except for this one. And since I promised 100% in order to keep my standing up with the Keymailer people, I do have to cover it. I just don't know if a Patreon exclusive will count appropriately for that. But yeah, most of the time. So when they send you a key, most of the time it is labeled as I'll play and then decide, which means a 0% coverage promise. I have games in my library that have been sent to me that I'm like, I will not play that live on stream. I will not do a video. I will not do it, Sam I Am, because fuck that. Anyway. Yeah, I might be able to do that. I could censor one and do a Patreon exclusive uncensored of it. I should probably put DaVinci back on the computer now that I'm thinking about it. I didn't re-put my editing software. Hell. As far as upcoming series, I have the new remake of Resident Evil 4. I loved the original. I played the shit out of it on my GameCube. I had every collectible, every consumable, did amazing in all of the mercenary modes. Absolutely loved it. So that's an option. Also, Horizon Forbidden West, continuing our Horizon Zero Dawn journey. There's also My Time at Sandrock, which has been requested, but not by a lot of people. And I know it's very slice of lifey, so I would need a little more interest in that one before I go that direction. No offense to anybody. Actually, you know what I can do? Not on your fucking life. Never mind. As I go through my Steam, I had it only showing what was currently installed, which is only like I said, I have 9 games installed right now. I click the button that says all games, and I'm like, I'll just show you my screen for all games, and then I'm like, nope, can't show that one or that one or that one or that one. Wouldn't show that one. So, my last question to you guys, unless you have questions and you want to keep this dialogue going, is, are there any games that we have played recently or not recently that I have ever covered on the channel, or you want me to cover on the channel that I haven't? Put your comments in the comments, chat, and let me know, because I've got a ton of stuff. Like, I mean, hell, I downloaded the first Ascendant because I just like that it pisses off the right wing. Or no, left wing. Fucking Democrats, whatever. Woke activists. I got that one. I haven't bothered playing it yet. I even got that stupid Infinity Niki or whatever on Epic because, well, it looked cute. I also forgot I have an absolute ton of games on Epic that I didn't remember. No, I don't want to do that. I want to see my entire library. Alphabetical. Palworld got a big update, though the Nintendo ninjas are trying to smother it. Nintendo can suck my dick. I'm sorry, but between Niantic being the absolute ass nozzles that they were, stealing people's information playing Pokemon Go, and Nintendo not getting their heads out of their collective asses and realizing that people don't want the same game reskinned over and over and over again. They don't even have a lot of... until recently, they don't have a lot of, like, DEI in their games, but they just... formulaic can be great. To a point. Palworld scratched an itch that players have had for decades. They wanted to be able to fight alongside their pals. Sure, some of the characters look a little similar, but guess what? When you play with animation, specifically Japanese style animation, you kind of end up with similar looks. Like Grisbolt looks a lot like Electrode, or no, not Electrode, Electabuzz and whatnot. My GPU, 3080 Ti, I'm pretty sure. Actually, now that you say it, I'm not entirely sure. My processor is the Threadripper 2950X, and my components? No. Yes, components and display. Yeah, GeForce 3080 Ti. Yes, Palworld is essentially ARC. Off-brand Vulpix is a flamethrower is unique. Dude, that's great. So, the monitors. That's kind of a difficult question. I don't like OLED. But the QLED is actually really good. So LG released their OLED TVs, which were great. Don't get me wrong. I was working in IT and technical install at the time for a company with the nerd herd, and the OLEDs were amazing for picture quality. Burn-in was quick, 12 hours. 12 hours and you would have irreparable damage to your screen. That doesn't work for me. I like something a little more robust. So the QLEDs, Quantum LEDs, I believe that was the Samsung, they lasted 70 hours on the same image before they took, of course, oh shit. Nope, Vintage Story is not still installed. I didn't install that on my game drive. That was on my C drive. I have to re-download that. I will re-download that. So as far as monitors go, LEDs are great. OLEDs, especially for gaming monitors, not a great idea because most people can put about 8 to 12 hours on a monitor really easily. And at least 5 years ago, OLEDs had burn-in problems really bad. Like the original typewriter where the screen, you know, it was orange type or green type, and then you get that really bad burn-in. OLEDs would do that, and they still do to an extent. The Samsung QLED did really, really well. I don't know exactly how it refreshed itself, but even about 70 hours on the same image, and the burn-in was reversible. That being said, there have been a couple of updates and renditions to OLED, and the monitors that I currently have on this system are hold that thought. I need to display settings and there we go. Advanced display. Okay, I have the LG QHD 32-inch monitors. I've picked all of them up on sale as they've become available. I bought 2 of them at the same time, one of them after the fact. The software slightly different, but they're great. They are great. I would recommend them to anyone. 32 inches might be a little big for some people, and I have 3 of them. I have them in an H pattern on my desk, so the middle one is landscape. These 2 are portrait, and they're lined up on the, so the bottoms are all lined up, and then they tower over. And this one typically has my streaming setup, or like Discord if I'm just playing with friends or things like that. So that one's there. And then on this side, I keep 2 different browser windows open with a shit ton of tabs. Yeah, kind of like Devil Horns. It looks almost spot on like that. In fact, I really should probably take a picture of my setup once my desk doesn't have cans on it. Well, to be fair, it doesn't have any cans. I've just been drinking a lot of these coffee protein shakes. And my trash can's 3 feet that way, and I still don't throw shit in it. It's just, I don't think about it twice. But anyway, so monitors are great, but the higher you go in picture quality, like OLEDs, the more delicate components there are to damage. So I would go with a kind of middle ground. These are the QHDs. Love them to death. They don't make these anymore. The new ones have come out, and I think they're called the UHDs. I will... Oh, yeah, sorry. I do coffee protein shakes in the morning. But these only have as much caffeine as 1 cup of coffee. Yeah, there it is. So, yeah, we're good on that. Anyway, yeah, I will recommend products left and right based on my personal experience or my insider knowledge of the tech world. I do keep up on all of the tech stuff. So you don't have to, but OLED still has some issues. Cyberpunk 2077 with the graphics turned up might be something to stream. Isn't there a lot of penis in that? Or can you turn that off? Because I seem to recall when I played it originally, I was not prepared for character creation of my schlong. I wasn't. It's also like Conan Exiles or whatever. You're in the middle of doing your character creation, you're like doing your face, doing your beard, making sure that you're like a white guy or a black guy, like you're picking your race and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden you're scrolling down and it's like, here's what your schlong's gonna look like. Zenless Zone Zero. Zenless Zone Zero. I don't know what the fuck that is. It does make me very grateful you guys can't see my desktop though. Zenless Zone Zero. Oh. What the hell is this? Yeah, I've never seen it in character creation either, but I specifically remember I booted up 2077 and it was like boy, girl, and I'm like, I'm a boy. And then I switched my body type to female. I was still a boy with boobs. So if I can turn that off, I will happily play through Cyberpunk 2077. They've got to have fixed some of the bugs by now, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was one of those things I was like, what? Huh? What? I figured, switching, because, I do it in every game. I always play a boy, but I want to see what the female character creation looks like. So I'll switch to female. I switched to female. And V came out V with an extra D. And I was like, okay. So, it's much better now, you say, Riska? All right. Hello. I don't know what the triple Z is, but she's cute. So is she. And that's a dude. Damn. one of those guys. One of those guys that often plays female in video games. Yeah, so I have nothing against anybody who wants to play as a girl in a video game. It's just not something that, I don't know, it doesn't click for me. Like I don't mind. I've tried playing Skyrim as a chick once, but I had so many mods installed that I've some physics were wrong. I tried. I can't get behind it because I don't synergize with, like, yeah, I want to look at a pretty girl. I don't want to be a pretty girl. I mean, it would be nice to never have to work another day in my life, but I digress. I don't know what this Triple Z thing, Zenless Zone Zero or whatever is, but the characters definitely look good. And am I making a character or playing myself? And see, that's the thing, is I always try to be the character that I'm playing. Like, it's not just a gimmick, me making characters. And like Palia, my character looks like me, just 80 pounds lighter. I always try to just be me in a game, which is typically why I'm a murderous douchebag. I just have more self-control in real life. For the most part. Oh. You know, I don't mind Genshin Impact. I played the hell out of it for like 3 months. And then it just kind of got stale, but that's totally fair, Vidania, man. You try to roleplay your characters, so it just depends on the mood for the character that I'm playing. That's totally fine. If I have to play a girl, like, I totally do that shit. Like, Metroid, if I play anybody other than Samus, I'm pissed. But if I have a choice, I will always gravitate. No, I will always pick a male character. I take that back. If the characters have different skill sets, I will base it on the skill set. Like Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the one with the brothers, whatever his name, and Evie Fry, the twins. Her skill set is stealth. His skill set is brawler. I'm a stealth player, so I played as her for the majority of that game. But yeah. Anyway, Zenless Zone Zero. It looks good. Is it on Steam? I think these free-to-play Skinner box type games are the scourge of video games. Video game on either a cute animal lolly or a villain sent by Satan. Why not both? Okay, so yes, Donald, I agree with you. The free-to-play Skinner box type games are a scourge on video games. My son absolutely loves Fortnite. Can't fucking stand that game. I have tried. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get into it and play with you. 5 minutes into it, I felt my douche level go over 9,000, and I was like, I am done. I can't. I just can't. Not sure how well JRPGs do or if you like the genre, but the Persona games are fun. The only reason I don't want to jump into a Persona game is because there's so many of them, and I feel like I really need to know the entire story. It's kind of like jumping into a Final Fantasy. But whatever. The new one by the same developer, Metaphor. Not opposed to looking these up, and especially if there's just a demo. Okay, it's not on Steam. That's fine. I've heard you can easily start on Persona 3 with no worries. Metaphor is maybe good then. It is its own thing, not tied to Persona. Okay. Metaphor. Ooh. Well, the art style is definitely the same as... Oh. Refantasio. Got it. Okay. I totally overlooked that one. Meta 4. Just friggin' show me the damn game. Okay. Fine. I'll have to search for it a different way, I guess. It's probably blocked due to my preferences. I'm not a huge fan of JRPGs. I have played a ton of them in my life. But I feel like they get really stale. And if you get burned out in one, it's very hard to pick up another one. So I haven't played one in... What is the last JRPG I played? Okay, this will age me. The last JRPG that I played was Blue Dragon for the Xbox 360. I think that's the last one I really played, honest to God, the whole way through. So I played the shit out of JRPGs when I was a kid, but now I never play them. Yeah, it's one of those things that I feel like you really grow out of. Suppose I can turn that off. It's one of those things that you really do grow out of. I'm gonna turn that this way. But I can say that for a lot of games, a lot of different kinds of games. I've never, ever liked racing games. Boring as hell. But, yes, bigger face. It's all right, Verdini, man. You're not really missing much with JRPGs. JRPGs, as the name states, they are RPGs. But when you throw that Japanese quality into it, it very much draws out the it draws out a certain level of the drama that we kind of avoid or just glaze over in Western culture. There's a lot of nuance in it, and sometimes it doesn't translate very well to English. But I mean, I'm not opposed. I'll give it a shot. I don't care for racing games outside of Mario Kart. I think everybody has to at least appreciate Mario Kart for what it is. I hate playing racing games. I think they're very boring. Doesn't matter what it is. If there's a racing segment in a game, I do not want to do it unless I absolutely have to. What's the game with Rico and he overthrows governments and shit? Not Far Cry. Yes, Riska. Any RPG, but add 70 more hours. And there's always a shit ton of fetch quests in JRPGs that just bug the shit out of me. I'm okay for fetch quests, but if I have to go to the ass end of the map to get an item and then go to the other end of the map to give it to somebody only to have them tell me that it was the wrong item, and then I have to go all the way back, I'm done. It's tedious. It can be tedious. The Yoshi Race of Super Mario RPG. I do remember the Yoshi Race, but I never played through Super Mario RPG. Seriously, what is that game? Just Cause. Just Cause. I played all of the racing and skydiving events in Just Cause 3 and 4. I regretted and hated every second of that. I got all the achievements, every single one for my Xbox account. Not worth it. I don't like racing games enough. I like survival games. I like building and crafting games. I like resource management and that kind of stuff. If you look at my Steam library, it looks like I'll play absolutely anything because I will. I'll try everything. But I like roguelites. I like epic RPGs. I have some like rhythm shooters and shit. But game like zombie games, they are always good. Um, Visual novels bore me to tears. I have tried. I have done adult visual novels. I have done non-adult visual novels, which are even more boring, and nothing. What number am I at? What, Darius? I feel like I should have turned the lag down for this stream. Oh, my stream library? Hold please. While I take a look at it. 347 games. Yeah, Doki Doki Literature Club. I have tried really hard. I get into it quite a bit, and then I'm just like, I'm tired. Yeah, I have 347 games, 11 videos, 14 reviews, and one group in my Steam library. I never did my Steam replay either this year, but 973. Jesus. I thought I had a lot. Keep in mind, I haven't paid for most of these. When I started YouTube, I had 30 games. Almost all of those are added by the devs. So much appreciated the devs in every way, shape, or form. Yeah, I mean, I've tried a little bit of everything. I like simulators, just for the experience to, get into games, get into an idea. Oh, no, and Darius, I totally understand that. I don't think I have paid full price for any game. Maybe I paid full price for one of the God of War games. Probably the second one if it was one of them. I think it was, I think Ragnarok I paid full price for. I don't think I've paid full price for any other game. Nothing against the devs, but the value thingy for Steam said the account was $16,000. Fuck. What? How do you do that value thingy? I have no idea how to do that. Yeah, Dying Light. I have it. It's in my Epic stuff. Dying Light. I thought that one looked pretty good, and I have the second one on my wish list. I just haven't bothered playing them yet. The Dead Rising, is Dead Rising the one that's just kind of like a college humor skit constantly? Played the hell out of the third one, but those get really repetitive really quick too. I love the idea of open world games where you can really go anywhere and do anything. But it has to be done right. It has to be done really right. The combat is pretty good in Dying Light. I will load that one up and we'll give it an honest go. I don't like being rushed. I don't like being put under pressure, which is funny because in real life, if I'm put under pressure, I'm fucking amazing. But by my own reckoning, and the fact that my bosses have said the same thing. Lollipop Chainsaw. No, I haven't played Lollipop Chainsaw, but I'm not opposed to the concept. There's kind of a lot of story which isn't great in Dying Light. Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll absolutely give it a shot. Um, I like the. That's part of the reason that I like 7 Days to Die is there's not much of a story. It's exactly what you make out of it. And it's voxel based, so you can really build whatever you want, and it's just a matter of survive. Every 7 days, the blood moon comes, the hordes arise, and you just it's tower defense when it's not crafting and base building and exploring, basically. And I feel like that's got a really good loop to it, and I like it a lot. Um, I like narrative games, but I feel like I just lose focus so quickly on some things that I don't start them a lot. Where obviously my last year's resolution for the channel was to get what the hell do you call it? It was to finish the games that we started. So while I am adding more games, I am slowly trying to pick individual games at a time that we're actually completing at least the story the whole way through, not necessarily all the side quests if we aren't just feeling it. Um, but and a lot of the games that I play don't have stories. Um, yeah, Donald, I feel you on that. I never finished games. Um, I was basically trying to dethrone Dragast as the most incomplete YouTuber. It seems before last year, and then I was like, you know what? You guys deserve to see the end of a game, the titles, the credits at least. So let's do that. And like I was saying, some of the games that I play, they're roguelites. They don't have a story. Even Death Must Die doesn't have much of a story. Um, Despite the fact that it says it's story rich on Steam, or at least it used to. But yeah, I need to dive back into some of these games. But so Dying Light, let me no. There we go. Dying Light is not on that page. Next one. Dying Light with 2 add-ons apparently. On Steam Game Platform. Install that. Go ahead. I have Empyrean Galactic Survival too. Jesus. I have a lot of games on Epic, and I haven't paid for a single one of those. I got Epic to download the free game one time. I have almost more games in Epic than I do in Steam. But yeah, so Dying Light, I'm downloading 300 of the free games on the Epic. Yeah, right? I mean, it's a good business practice because eventually somebody will spend money on them. I haven't spent $1 on Epic, except for, my son gets his Fortnite bucks or V-Bucks or whatever the fuck they're called. That's the only money I've ever spent in Epic, is just gifting him some V-Bucks here and there. But 400 free games on Epic. Yep. I've only had an Epic account since I started the YouTube channel. I basically, as soon as I figured out my username, I just went everywhere and claimed it. At least where I plan on using it. And that was one of them. And then I was like, oh, a free game. Don't mind if I do. And then it just happened over and over and over again. And, once you start, you can't stop. So, all right. If you guys don't have anything else for me, any other suggestions or anything, then, well, yeah, you got to pee on whatever you can. Let everybody know it's yours. Right? If you guys don't have anything else for me, then I'm going to call it there and drink less coffee. Okay. I will do my damnedest. I have been drinking a shit ton of coffee recently, but I will do better. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I will be streaming either tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening, or just tomorrow morning. And then I might do something on Sunday, probably Sunday evening, but we will see. If you are so inclined, I appreciate it, Riska, but don't lose sleep over me. These streams are recorded for a reason. If you guys feel so inclined, join Palia through my link in my Discord, and play with me. As soon as you join, let me know your character name. I'll send you a friend request, send you a community request, and then we can live the good life. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. I hope I made you at least chortle once during this entire thing. I appreciate it, Riska, making a sacrifice of sleep, but I won't keep you any longer. Thank you very much for watching and liking, and may the Arc Force be with you always.